Join in 1 second, please. 1 second. There. And there. And cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right. Well, I hope everybody had a great trading day today. So, cool. So today we're going to be wrapping up this week of topping patterns, and today we're going to be talking about the shark pattern. So never before talked about on this YouTube stream, on the YouTube channel. Excuse me. And then we're never talked about this YouTube channel, and we're going to be talking about it tonight for the first time. So I think you guys are going to like it. It's called the shark pattern. So good stuff there. Before we get started, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look and see where we left off with the market here today, and then we're going to take a look at the futures and see what we're up to or down to here this evening. Then we'll take a look at the topic, and then we'll go through questions and chart requests. So let's get started. All right. So SPX guys, all-time highs. If you can believe it, we did it with all the craziness and everybody's so bearish all the way over here. It's like we were never really that bearish, right? Until we broke down some key levels, and we never did. So we ended up working our way back up. It was a tough wave count last week. We kept going through it, and we ended up working our way up, and we did it. We got back to all-time highs. So cool. So it invalidates a bunch of bear counts, and here we go. So let's say with the weekly chart. Again, the same thing with the weekly chart. The reason everybody's, oh no, it's a year from the Corona crash. It's going to happen again. Well, I mean, it's not exactly the same setup, right? So last time was very clear, right? We had a bearish divergence here on the weekly chart, right, and it worked its way down, right? And here we still haven't gotten overbought yet on the weekly chart. So we still have that going on. I mean, anything could happen. Obviously, right? We can still pull back, but this wasn't it. This wasn't the crash, right? So we ended up holding the cloud and pushing back to all-time highs today, shifting our macro trend line back over, essentially holding the 50-day moving average the entire time, and continue to work its way up. Now we have a rising ADMA, so we just basically want to see if it can hold that, continue to go up here, and see if we can actually get a nice impulsive wave up here for a larger, potentially wave through. Now we may see an ABC pullback here still. It may not be ready just yet, but we're going to be tracking it for a subwave pullback, and then see if we can go up from there. So good stuff. Let's take a look at the intraday price action and see what we had here today. Here's kind of the wave count. I still have to do some work on it. It's possible this wave could have started and this could be a fresh wave up, so we'll see if we pull back here for a wave pullback, or this could be just still part of the first impulsive wave. We'll see if we get an ABC down. So again, the bear counts are basically invalidated now that we've taken out the all-time highs, right? Because any of these 1, 2, 1, 2s, right, you just can't. So if this is a move, right, you can't retrace. This is a wave 4 or a wave 2. You just can't retrace these levels. So again, those counts are invalidated. So they could be starting a fresh wave down, but again, most likely an ABC. Other than that, guys, yeah, we fresh high, fresh trend line, so we shifted the trend line over, and today's price action was pretty cool. It was part of our game plan today, getting over a lot of levels here on the futures, and nice hammer right here off of the 15 orb high, decent retrace off of that one, and gave us a good bounce right there to tag all-time highs. And pretty interesting, guys, pretty interesting there with the upper shadow here off of a very, very key level, and then working its way down. We'll show you some other cool ones here tonight as well. But good stuff. Let's take a look at the futures and see what we're up to down to here this evening. So futures, we are up 6 points here this evening. Woo, a bit of a pullback here today. Couldn't quite get a tweezer top on this, but that shooting star candle really kind of got things going here today, and kind of worked our way down, right? So we're just going to kind of keep an eye on this right here. Let's put a geometric line here off of these lows here from the evening, and wow, interesting. So it looks like we must have gapped down and just kind of rallied back up off of it. So cool. So that gave us a fresh geometric line here to contend with, and we'll go with that going into today. I mean, there is into tonight. There is a geometric line right here. Right, so our big thing today was the type of setup that we had overnight, right? So we were gapping up over the highs, right? Since we didn't fill the gap, we went with the gap. We got over the overnight highs, got over the signal zones, plenty of clear air between levels. And once you got up this high, there was just no reason not to get fresh all-time highs off of it. There was actually an old signal zone up here. There's an old resistance zone. This is from an after-hours session where we actually ticked higher levels, and it's pretty cool, guys, that we had an upper shadow right off of that level before coming back. So if you ever look for where are we going to pull back, well, go to your signal zones, right, and see what happens there. So cool stuff there on the ES. So good. So today, guys, we're going to be wrapping up our series here on topping patterns with the shark pattern. So the shark pattern is a harmonic pattern, and we've done a whole series on harmonics before. We talked about the Gartley pattern, the crab pattern, the bat pattern, right? So and the butterfly. And the shark is one we didn't really quite go over. This is kind of an interesting one. It's another animal pattern, and it's really neat. And we're going to talk about it right now. So again, guys, if you haven't seen our harmonic series, be sure to go back on YouTube and check out through our playlists and go back to our harmonics videos. So really, really good stuff there. But really what the shark pattern is it's basically a regular harmonic move. It's where you have a, so for in this case here, a bearish one is where you, but it's good too because you also ride it bullishly until it gets to the move, is you get a pullback right here, but instead of being a lot of our other retraces where you retrace like, 618, 382, or 886 to this level, and you get kind of this type of pattern, right, where it gives you kind of that butterfly type look to it, right? So, and then that's actually a bullish pattern right here because you expect to go long at the end of it. But the one thing that we like about these harmonics is this last leg right here, the last wing of the harmonic. We can often trade that, right? And sometimes these the Fibonacci's help give us good levels of extensions, right? So, oops, I lost one of our geometrical lines right there. Okay, so cool. So that's generally with the butterfly. Because what's pretty cool is here is the shark pattern is different than all the other patterns in that you have your retrace right here, but instead of working its way lower than the first pivot point, it actually goes higher. And so this goes higher to a point of either 1.13, okay, which is a inverted Fibonacci, and or it can go all the way up to the 1.618. Right, so it almost looks like an Elliott wave, right? So you kind of have this 1, 2, 3, right? The only thing is that it tends to pull back a little bit farther off of it, right? So you get kind of like a move like this. In fact, the extension off of the the last leg can be as far as a 1.618 extension or a 2.214. Okay, and that's before the move there as well. So so pretty cool stuff. It's a really, really interesting pattern. But again, this is one of the only ones that actually retraces above the initial pivot, right? So so just so you guys can see it here in the opposite direction, and hopefully I have this all pulled up here for you. Okay, yeah, so I'm in the right thing. Okay, good. So the next one, right, is obviously the bearish pattern right here, and you kind of look for a move down, right, a move up, a deeper move down right here, right, of 1.13 or 1.618, right, and then you'd get a move like that, right? So so kind of pretty cool stuff right here. So that's the shark pattern. So really neat stuff. It's one of the only ones there. It's the only one that actually extends above beyond the first pivot point, right? So the XA or the XAB pivot point, right? So so pretty cool stuff there. So how do we identify these? Well, you basically just got to continue to look. So what we look for too is a retrace of that first pullback. Is either going to be a 382 or a 618. Imagine that, the two magic Fibonacci numbers right there. So so let's take a look at a couple examples so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so let's go to the daily chart. These do probably often set up a little bit more on the intraday, but they do happen occasionally on the daily chart. So let's take a look here and show you what we're looking at. So so here, this is a really cool one right here. So if you guys remember, this is back in, wow, imagine that. Look at that, the Corona crash. It doesn't even look like there was a Corona crash. Look at how much we moved. Crazy volatility. But if you look right here, if you go from this level to this level, you can see this this AMD pullback was just about right off of the 618, right? I mean, the market's not a fine Swiss swatch, right? So pretty much right off of the 618 area. Excuse me. A little bit of saliva there. Hold on, sorry. Excuse me, all the jabbering gets the saliva going. Anyway, so so good stuff there. So 618 off of this level right here. So good. So how far does this go? Well, it came back to this move right here, but it never really fully pulled back to go to show it was a true harmonic, right? So at this point here, it started to break out, right? It started to break out over these highs and really started to go. And so at this point, right, what we'd want to do is look to see where it might end and start to give a pullback, right? And so that's why this shark harmonic can be really, really helpful, right? And so here you can see, right, if we go from these lows to this high right here, right, we got a nice little pullback here to that 618 retrace, right? We got all the way up to the 618 extension right here before pulling back, right? So if you kind of draw this out, right, this is the chart. Now, did it follow through to the downside? Not really, but it was enough to make at least a trade off of that level. You can see how important that 1.618 was, right? And so it never ended up being like the full harmonic move. It may actually actually still be kind of working on that. We'll see. I mean, typically on a daily chart, it would be rare to see, something go all the way back down to these levels. And in fact, if it did a 1.618 extension, it'd probably be 0. But at least it gave us a level to work with here on the daily chart, right? The 1.618 extension. Now, we could have done that on either other way, right? It didn't have to be that, right? We could still looked at this as an Elliott wave. This could have been wave 1, right? This could be wave 2, right? So, and then, A, B, C, B triangle, C move down, and then a wave up. We could have estimated the 1.618 there before a pullback. But still, it just shows you that 618 retrace really helps to get the extensions on that. Okay, so cool. Let's take a look at another real-world example here that happened recently at this wild and crazy name here, Rocket. So let's go to the 5-minute chart here on Rocket and take a look at this here the other day. So this is kind of cool. So what this did intraday here, this was yesterday, right? On a wild move on this one. So this is pretty cool. This is about as for intraday, is about as cool as it gets. You get something like this right here. Right, so you get a nice push up right here, and then we pull back. And this pullback here happened to be just about in fact, almost exactly at the 618. And what's kind of cool too is that pullback was right off of a tweezer tops, right? We talked about yesterday. Okay, so we get that move here. We pull up back here, right? So we get the there's your 618 move, right? And then where is it going? Well, it's continuing to go. Well, it already broke the highs of this level, so it's not a regular harmonic, right? So how far could it go? Well, it could go to the 1.13 or the 1.618, right? So all we do is we go here, we go here, we go here, and voila. Well, it hit the 2, but it was right off of the 1.618 extension, right? So that was pretty cool. Again, like I said, not a fine Swiss watch, but look at that, boom, like that. And then it got a really nice, didn't get too much follow through the downside here into the next day, but it still made for a nice reversal there intraday, right? So you gotta have your shark harmonic type move off of that one. And guess what? Tweezer tops right off of the 618 level right there. So I love it. And then it ended up working its way down. And then another tweezer top right there. So cool stuff. Okay, so there's RKT. And one more, just real quick, just want to show you one more example. So SPY, if we go back a little bit here on SPY, I think I got to go back. Let's see. Yep, I think we should be able to see it right here. So if we kind of scroll back here, one of the things that we could see is, let's see, these are a little bit trickier to see on the downside, but this was a nice move here. I think we were right into this day. Yeah, so this is basically it right here. So yeah, so here we go. So this is it right here, I believe. So anyway, you got this down move right here. Right, so you get this down move right here, and you're right off of the 618 or the 382, right? So right to this level right here, so right about the 382, 618 area. Anyway, so you do an extension off of this level, right? So you go from here to here to here, and that actually was, wow, that was a lot deeper than I was expecting here. So maybe this is not the day the example I was looking at. So maybe this is not the right day. Anyway, it's a little bit tougher for me to see on the downside, but maybe it was off of these levels here. Anyway, this could have been it right here. This might have been. This looks pretty good. Here. Yeah, right off the 1.618. Sorry, I had the wrong day on that one. But basically, you look for this retrace right here. So you have this move, right? You go from this high to this high. You're right off of the 382 right here, almost perfectly. And then once it breaks that level, it's like, well, how far could this go? You go to the 1.618 and ended up bouncing off of that pretty nicely. Ultimately, it was kind of a little sideways action off of that 1.618 for a while, and did eventually go up pretty high the next day, right? So for kind of a wild harmonic move. So, but just for intraday trading, right? That 1.618 played out really, really well. So good stuff, guys. Awesome. Well, hopefully you guys found that helpful. The shark pattern is a wild one, but it's if you guys like trading harmonics and you see one break, think to yourself, hey, this could be a shark pattern in the works, which is really cool. So good stuff there. At this point now, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug those in the chat window, and we'll get through as many as we can and try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. So good stuff. All right. So Shirley's sending a few in here via email. So let's take a look at these and see what we got on the radar right here. So we got Triple D. This has been a popular name recently. So Triple D had an epic run up right here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up the since we're doing fibs here all day, pull up the Fibonacci tool right here, and basically right off of the golden zone, the 786 area right here. So this could be a wave 1, this could be an ABC wave 2, zigzag down, and we might be starting a fresh impulsive wave up here on Triple D. So that's a good one to look at there. Otherwise, we're bear flagging. And then DM, this is an interesting one too, right? So we had earnings going in today, and we did gap down off of earnings, but it looks like the impulsive wave is continuing to work its way up, because what a dip buy on this one here today. Pretty epic stuff, guys, off of that gap down. Just incredible incredible retracement on that. So again, piercing the daily cloud here with increasing volume. So let's see if it can continue to work its way up. So good stuff there. Let's take a look at Wish. So Wish again here after earnings finally. Making a nice push there. I love the push over the inside day. Give me 1 second here, guys. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, I love the push over the inside day. Again, let's see if we can get a break to the upside here and get some continued strength here on Wish. So nice stuff there. Let's take a look at LX. Okay, wow. Yeah, so LX looks pretty good right here. It was actually a decent candle here the other day and ended up getting over the ADMA, pulling back pretty harsh here, but wow, what a strong follow-through move here today. So that was a nice one there on LX. And then NNOX, let's take a look at this one. So NNOX, again, a strong candle here today as well. Not my favorite, I mean, but just kind of keep an eye on it right here, see if we can break above the highs and see where it goes from there. So good stuff. The Nest, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Let's take a look at these. Let's take a look at Trip. So Trip, ooh, yeah, nice one here. So, yeah, good push here over the recent highs. Looks like we closed above those highs there too. So, good volume on it. Let's see if we can continue to work its way up again. EXPE recently had an upgrade. We talked about that in the bubble report. And it looks like some of the other travel names too, like Trip, did pretty well. Triple M, guys, is the heartbreaker, right? So inside day here so far, just kind of see how it handles those levels. That's always a tough one to trade. CF Industries, nice gap up. I like that. Remember, you talked about it yesterday. So again, broke out over those levels, got really, really tight to the ADMA again, and then boom, popped to the upside. Really nice stuff there as well. And then MOS, this was a nice one too. We liked this this candle yesterday, and I just want to see what it did here intraday. Yeah, a couple, a little bit of choppy price action here intraday. It was okay, so it gave a couple little moves there, but nothing really started. Consider this a pause day. Maybe it'll be give you a doji sandwich up on that one, so another one to keep an eye on there too. Bullish Bearish Trades is going on. Good to see you. Let's take a look at Tesla. So Tesla up 31 points here today, but still an inside day. Okay, so we're below the bump line right here. We got a trend box here too. So it's had a lot of activity on it option wise. So let's see if it can take the inside day up and give us a fun Friday to trade Tesla tomorrow. So that could be a fun one. So we'll keep an eye on that for sure. QCOM, big bounce here off the 200-day moving average here for the last couple days. Back over the ADMA right now. All we need now is a little bit of volume to come in this thing. So maybe some interest in it, but it's hanging in there. It's definitely still grinding its way up. APHA, again, good volume on this one here too. Good follow through here from the candle from 2 days ago. So nice stuff there. Again, pot names were generally pretty strong going into the open here today. Walmart, a little bit more of a pullback than I'd like, but let's see if it gives us one more retrace right here, and that might be buyable, right? So again, it got really beat up. It gave a good move right here. See how it holds the 382 at the ADMA or the 618, and see if it's ready to go after that. So that could be an interesting one on Walmart. And then MU, let's take a look. Yeah, so MU is leaning a little bit bearish on it here this morning after yesterday's bearish engulfing candle, but no follow through on that one. So let's just continue to keep it on the radar and see how it goes. We're back over the upper trend line right here. Let's see if we can continue to grind its way higher. So good stuff there. Awesome. I really appreciate it. And the Nest, yeah, LFMD. Let's take a look. So LFMD here. Yeah, LFMD. Oof, inside day. But up 10%, so that's nice. So again, let's see if we can break that inside day up and get over that next geometric line to the upside. So good stuff there. And then wow. Let's see wow over the ADMA on this one. Let's see if it continues to hold there and tries to grind its way up there too. Bullish Bearish Trade, thanks for what you do. I really appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in and for the support. I always appreciate it. Thanks so much. Michael, what's going on? GE, nice flush. This is awesome. This is on our bearish radar from yesterday too. Beautiful follow through on this one, guys. I mean, really, seriously. I mean, you get increased volume here under the ADMA. You get that nice follow through the downside. So good stuff there. The reverse stock split, the downgrades, all that good stuff too really helped as well. So good stuff there. ENTX, let's take a look. Oh my goodness, talk about a shooting star candle on this one. Wowza! But wow, what a big rally back after hours. It's already back up over $6 almost. So wow, crazy move. These wild biotech names, really amazing stuff. FinV, let's take a look. So FinV, yeah, nice one there on that one too. Beautiful green candle. That's the type of ones we like on our birthday cake, right? MViz, what did this one do? Oh my goodness. Oh no, that was the other one. So yeah, doji on this one right here, but it does look like it's up a little bit here after hours after earnings. Let's take a kind of a gander at this right here. Yeah, so let's see if it continues to work its way up there. It's up by $17. So that kind of brings it right here. Might turn into a reversal tomorrow. So just a little bit of caution on that one. But nice that it's up here. And then Apple, you got some at the money calls tomorrow. Awesome. So I love that. The face is so over the 80 man. This one, this has been a tough one, right? Because the it's in a downtrend of the DTL in this one. I mean, there's not a lot of confidence in this going to the upside. I do like that we're over the 80 MA. I don't like the volume, but it was a really tight day today. So maybe contraction expansion will finally get some rotation back into apples and bananas. So good stuff there. Good luck on that one. I'm rooting for you. Anki, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing great. Michael, yeah, NVAX. Let's take another look at that one. Let's see NVAX. So it's a nice green candle over the 80 MA. Still got to go over the 50-day on that one, but it's getting there. It's grooving, right? So we've got that going on. An ENG. Let's take a look at this one here too. Yeah, ENG, big move off of this one here too. So again, strong candle on that one too. Sorry, NVAX, I must have missed something after hours. Sorry, I forgot. Like, why are you mentioning this? Oh yeah, forgot. Yeah, so it basically just doubled in value here in 20 minutes. So so good stuff there. Keep an eye on that one going to tomorrow. So good stuff. What is this? They like what is that? Like Europe or some countries like ditched the AstraZeneca vaccine and went with this one or something. Anyway, amazing. That is just amazing stuff. It really always blows my mind, these biotech names. But good stuff there, guys. Theory, what's going on? Good to see it. Yeah, let's take a look at Neo. So Neo, yeah, looking pretty good here today. I like the lower shadow here off the 80 MA. I would have liked to have seen a little more, kind of volume, more buying pressure on this one. But the average volume is still pretty good. So continue to keep an eye on it, see if it shows some relative strength. So good stuff there. And Suyag, what's going on? Good to see you. So PLTR, you love this name. There you go, but it's good. It was turned into a doji sandwich up, and we got over the geometric line there today. Not a lot of volume, but let's see if we continue to try to grind its way up here. We're just waiting for some volume to come in this one. And Vale. So Vale here, again, just kind of back up again. Look at that. So right at the geometric line. So let's see if we can get above that. It's kind of poking a little bit higher after hours, but that's a tough one. We've looked at that after hours too and been like, oh, let's go. Okay, so Fubo, yeah, looking pretty good here today. Again, we'd like to see a little more volume on this one, but could be getting ready to get going. Tigre. Tiger, show them your tiger. Show them what you can do. Again, great move today, guys. Nice bounce off the 50-day moving average. Not the type of volume I like here for an overnight, but let's see if it can continue to work its way up. And then BA. BA might be working on a little bit of a spinning top pause type day. So the real question is, we got over this major level right here, so that's good, and we had some increased volume here. So now it's continuing to kind of grind its way up here. Oh, look at that. We finally filled this gap. Cool. So we've got that, and we'll just see how it goes. See if it turns into a doji sandwich or a spinning top, kind of reversal. So so there we go. So good stuff there on Boeing. So good stuff. Mommy, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at Apple and see how it's looking here. Again, same thing here below the downward trend line, and we'll see if we can get above it. And again, tight day today. Could have some fun on Friday. That's a possibility there for Apple for sure. So it's been out of play for a while. So, and it usually doesn't stay out of play for too long. SPC, sometimes it does, but once it gets going again. SPCE, again, decent move here back over the 80 MA. Volume is a little bit lacking there, AF, but still looking relatively constructive. GG, TMBR, let's take a look at this one here. So, whoa, look at that one. Huge move right there. Oh, and down bit after hours too. So let's see where it opens tomorrow, but huge candle there today. Again, wild with you guys with your biotech names, Bruce, wild stuff. So Michael, you get more harmonious with the harmonics this weekend. I love it. Yeah, they're fantastic. I love it. So good stuff there. Jeff, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's say that Tesla. Yeah, so Tesla again, nice compressed inside day. Doji Harami too, I believe. So again, it could be an interesting Friday tomorrow. Let's see how the inside day highs and lows hold. I don't think it's going to stay compressed for too long. So it could be interesting. It did give a couple little pops today. Just no volume and follow through on them, right? So no major movements on that. So anyway, good stuff there. Mr. Mosby, what's going on? Good to see you. Netflix. Again, Netflix gave a good pop here today. Apparently they are looking at cracking down on password sharing, right? So this is pretty cool, guys. Anybody who's tuned into our Trading the News videos, right? There's your rubber band move right there. Break down the 236, trade it right down to the 618 there. Perfect move there into the end of the day. So if you missed the news on it for the upside move. So good stuff there. And BA, let's take a look. So BA, again, same thing right there at the spinning top. Let's see how it holds. Gap is filled on that one, and we'll see what kind of action we get on tomorrow, if it's a doji sandwich or if we get just a pause day or a reversal off of that one. JP Morgan getting a little bit tight up here, but it's tight at the 80 MA, so we can see if we continue to work its way up. Again, a huge move on the banks recently. And then SE, recently, earnings not too long ago, kind of gapped down off of that one. Still kind of hanging in there. A little more volume here over the 50-day would have been nice, but it's still got some work to do, right, so far. So it's up a little bit after hours, so that's good. So good stuff there. James, what's going on? So yeah, so Square. I think somebody was mentioning some harmonics on this one. Oh, a daily shark pattern. Yeah, let's take a look here. So yeah, you have to show me this one a little bit later. I'm not sure which one is jumping out on this one here, but maybe on the downside it could be star. Oh, I think I kind of maybe you're saying here the downside. It's really tricky, right? So it's got to be that that 1.13 type move, and that's really tough to get. I don't know why I'm showing the 227 right here. It's really, really close. It could be. This could be a little bit of a shark type move. You know, where see how it goes right here because it crossed over this this level right here. I would like to have seen it maybe if it tagged like the if it tagged like the 200 day, it would have been pretty cool. I think this is what you're talking. I think this is the direction you're talking about. But cool stuff there. Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on it. But it had pretty good strength today, just not the kind of volume we like to see. Michael, so AMD breakout in the summer was an epic swing trade. I know it really was. Yeah, AMD was just incredible. It's just like, what is this thing still going? I know. And then of course, then it ran into all that blah after. It's like, oh, and by the way, we're gonna buy Xilinx. Right, but this was just epic right here. It was just incredible. So I know it's like AMD, let's go. So nice stuff right there. So AF, what's going on? BTWN, let's take a look. BTWN, again, a little bit inexpensive right here, but hanging in there with the Bridgetown motor. So let's see how it holds. We're still holding the lows right here. It's getting really tight. So maybe it's getting ready to get an expansion type move on that one. Nico, what's going on? BMBL. So they had their first earnings yesterday, and they gapped up and reversed off of it. So we kind of just missed these levels right here. Right, and kind of reversed off of that pivot. So let's take a look at it here. Again, earnings, ended up getting a pretty good move up here into today, right? And then just that reversal here at the end of the day was a little bit rough. So see how it goes, right? It's definitely getting some interest. I mean, we definitely saw some shares trade, 8 million shares on it. So it's in there. It's a contender. So we'll see how that goes right there. James Hexo, let's take a look. So Hexo, let's see. So yeah, pretty decent candle on that one there too. Good follow through from the other day. Let's see if we continue to work its way up. Baba, let's take a look. So Baba, again, decent candle there. Good volume on Baba here today. So just with like a little bit more action on it, and then maybe we could get a push up to that the daily cloud. David, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at NRG. So NRG, decent candle right there. Harami day, right? The real body's contained within the prior day's real body. It's hanging in there, right? So volume's not really there, but it is holding the 80 MA on that one. So that's a good thing, right? So we'll see if we can get above these geometric levels up here. So good stuff there. And then MTLS. Let's take a look at MTLS. So MTLS looking pretty good here too. It had a good day the other day. A lot of good days, 2 days ago, and then we saw a lot of kind of little pullback, pause days, and then moves back to the upside here today. I do like the increased volume over the 200 days, so that's a good thing. Let's see if we continue to get some full follow through the upside. So we got that going on there. So see, like Apple looks like an ABC downside, working on a BC leg. Nice. Matthias, what's going on? FedEx. Let's take a look. So FedEx. Yeah, so FedEx CEO is like talking today, right? Wasn't he? Or he's like scheduled to like testify about something. Let me see if it's in the news right here. Yeah, Fred Smith to testify March 17th, so St. Patrick's Day, during a U.S. House panel amid push for green infrastructure. So there you go. He's going to talk about it. He's like, Okay, cool. So, some good stuff. Yeah, my pleasure, Matthias. I really appreciate it. Dan, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. David, yeah, GDXJ. GDXJ. Let's take a look. Yeah, so there you go. You got a gold miner. The juniors right here. Inside day up. Right, just a little bit lower volume on that one. So just see if we continue to grind its way up here. We've seen some nice breaks in gold and silver. So some good stuff there. So let's see if we get any follow through there too. Combo, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at NAKD. And inside day on this one and super duper tight, right? So just gotta keep an eye on this here and see how it handles this crazy triangle range, right? So look for some volume one way or the other on that one. Did we get anything after hours? Not really too much on those. So we're really tight name right here, but it did give a big move recently, so pretty cool stuff there. So yeah, Tesla, ABC down move pending. I think those 20 puts are still waiting for something magical. I know, exactly. Rita, Amazon, how you doing? And thanks for tuning in. Let's take a look at Amazon. Yeah, happy to take a look here. So Amazonius here. Again, big bounce right off of its trend box lows, right? So we're kind of still contending with this whole structure up here on Amazon. It hasn't hit fresh all-time highs yet. This is actually a good place for it to do it if it wanted to make a nice run up here. I'd like to see it do it, because we can shift this trend line back over again. But in the meantime, it still gave a good bounce off of the trend box low, so that's a good thing there too. We'll see how it goes, right? You got this triangle geometrical line here, which may be a retest, and it may try to work its way down off of that too. So kind of a tricky area. But good stuff. And Michael, yeah, and watch out for the sludge monster. So let's see what it is. So Super League Gaming, look at this thing. So let's take a look here at this candle. So again, wild stuff right here. Again, a little miss on earnings, but definitely one to keep an eye on here too. Could be a wild one. So good stuff. Could be the next GME. GME, I love it. Yeah, exactly. That'd be great. Speaking of GME, let's take one real quick glance at it right here. So yeah, inside day, guys, off of the cloud. So see, here you go. Let's see if it takes the inside day down, right, and where we go from there. Otherwise, it takes the inside day up. Might see some more upside. So it's good stuff. Well, good, guys. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in this evening. Hopefully you enjoyed our discussion here on the shark pattern. So good stuff there. And actually, this is kind of interesting right here. This almost looks like a shark. Let me just double check this here. So look at this. Let's see. Here, and just kind of this pullback over there. Oh yeah, right off of the 1.618 off of that move. Cool, yay for GME for finishing over the chart. But anyway, guys, hopefully you guys liked it and learned a little bit there. So I really appreciate everybody for tuning in for this week's series. Thanks again, everybody, for your requests and questions. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. Tomorrow's Friday, guys, so if you're trading options, thinks next week's options, and we'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow for the bubble report for our bubble report members, and in the Discord for our elite access members, and of course we'll see anybody here on the free YouTube live stream here, or the free YouTube morning market prep video too, as well. So good stuff there. Looking forward to Reed. What's going on? Yeah, we got to take a look at Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the ultimate hodl right here. Let's see how it's looking here. So Bitcoin, I know it's holding 250. I know it's just incredible. But I mean Tesla, 2,000, right? I mean, same, but yeah, GME just crazy. They don't even do anything. But yeah, look at Bitcoin right there. Another push to all-time highs on this one. Again, those three right soldiers ended up working their way up. That's always the toughest pattern for me to believe is going to get followed through. It's like it's already moved so much, but it kept on going. And a pretty interesting move right here. So far a spinning top, but anything could happen over here into the evening. We'll of course cover it tomorrow morning in the bubble report with some updated geometric lines and see what it's up to. So good stuff there again, guys. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Oh, we'll be writing the newsletter this weekend. So if you're not a part of our group, definitely be sure to click the links in the description if you're interested in joining to get a copy of the newsletter in your inbox on Sunday. And we'd love to have you in the group. So good stuff, guys. Hope everybody has an awesome rest of your evening. Thanks again for tuning in. If you're new here, definitely hit subscribe on YouTube. And whether you're new here or not, even if you're watching the recording, please hit the like button. It goes a long way. Hope everybody has an awesome evening. Stay healthy out there. And remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And we'll talk to you guys soon.